Welcome back to Record Rift, where we tear through history's pages to reveal the moments that shaped our world. Today, we're stepping into the shadowed streets of Salem, Massachusetts, in 1692, where fear and faith ignited a frenzy of false accusations. Picture a Puritan village gripped by panic, neighbors turning on neighbors, and innocent lives destroyed in a witch hunt that spiraled out of control. The Salem Witch Trials weren't just a dark chapter, they were a chilling mirror of human fear and fanaticism. What sparked this deadly hysteria? How did a community unravel so completely? Join us as we explore the Salem Witch Trials, a saga of paranoia, persecution, and lessons that echo today. Let's venture into the darkness. In 1692, Salem Village, a small Puritan settlement in colonial Massachusetts, was a tinderbox of tension. The Puritans, seeking religious purity, lived under strict moral codes, fearing God's wrath and the devil's influence. The community faced harsh winters, smallpox outbreaks, and conflicts with nearby Native American tribes, fueling a sense of divine judgment. Social divisions simmered. Salem Village's farmers clashed with wealthier Salem town merchants, while family rivalries, like those between the Putnams and Porters, deepened grudges. Superstition ran deep. Belief in witchcraft was widespread, seen as a real threat to their godly society. The spark came in January 1692, when young girls, Betty Paris, Abigail Williams, and others, began suffering fits, convulsions, and visions. A local doctor blamed witchcraft, and under pressure, the girls accused 3 women: Tituba, a Caribbean enslaved woman, Sarah Good, a beggar, and Sarah Osborne, a social outcast. Tituba's vivid confession, likely coerced, described pacts with the devil, igniting panic. By spring, accusations snowballed, fueled by spectral evidence, claims of seeing spirits or dreams as proof of guilt. The community's fear of the supernatural, combined with social and religious tensions, set the stage for a deadly witch hunt. The trials began in May 1692, overseen by a special court in Salem town. Magistrates like John Hathorne and Jonathan Corwin relied on questionable evidence, accepting testimony about dreams and visions. Accusations spread beyond outcasts to respected figures like Rebecca Nurse, a pious grandmother. The court's methods were brutal. Suspects faced intense interrogations, and refusal to confess often led to execution. By summer, the jails overflowed with over 150 accused witches. The trial's chaos was driven by fear, not reason. Children's testimony held sway, and neighbors settled old scores through accusations. The first execution came on June 10, when Bridget Bishop was hanged on Gallows Hill. Over the next months, 19 more were hanged, including John Proctor and Martha Corey, while Giles Corey was pressed to death for refusing to plead. The trial's speed was staggering. Some faced trial and execution within days. Governor William Phips, alarmed by the growing hysteria and his wife's accusation, halted the trials in October 1692. By early 1693, the special court was dissolved, and remaining prisoners were released. The frenzy, lasting less than a year, left a community shattered and 20 lives lost. The consequences of the Salem witch trials were immediate and profound. Families were torn apart, with survivors like those of Rebecca Nurse mourning loved ones and reputations. The Puritan community, once unified by faith, faced division and shame as leaders like Reverend Samuel Parris lost credibility. In 1697, Judge Samuel Sewall publicly repented, and by 1711, Massachusetts offered restitution to victims' families, though many scars remained. The trials exposed the dangers of unchecked power and flawed justice, prompting reforms in colonial courts, including stricter evidence rules. Socially, the trials deepened mistrust in Salem, as neighbors who accused one another struggled to rebuild community ties. Economically, the region suffered as farmland lay fallow during the chaos. The trials also weakened Puritan dominance, as younger generations questioned rigid theocracy, paving the way for Enlightenment ideas in New England. The event's scale, 200 accused, 20 executed, was unprecedented in colonial America, marking it as a cautionary tale of mass hysteria and the perils of fear-driven justice. The Salem witch trials left a lasting legacy, etched into history as a warning of fanaticism and false accusations. They inspired literature, from Arthur Miller's The Crucible, which drew parallels to 1950s McCarthyism, to novels like The Physique Book of Deliverance Dane. Culturally, Salem transformed into a hub for witch-related tourism, with museums and memorials like the Witch Trials Memorial honoring the victims. The trials' lessons resonate in modern debates about justice, fear, and scapegoating, from political witch hunts to social media mobs. Archaeologically, sites like Gallows Hill and the Nurse Homestead offer glimpses into 1692's terror. The Salem Witch Trials remind us how fear can corrupt justice, but also how communities can learn and heal from their darkest moments. That's the chilling saga of the Salem Witch Trials, a frenzy of fear and faith that scarred a community and shaped history. What do you think? Could Salem have stopped the hysteria, or was it inevitable? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and tell us what historic saga you want us to explore next on Record Rift. If this journey through 1692 gripped you, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell to join our quest through history. Until next time, keep uncovering the rifts that shape our past. This is Record Rift, signing off.